Hey, CarCast! Today we're going to talk about video strategy. Let's drive.
Get down.
I don't like to be critical. I always like to see the positive in things, but I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I look at videos, some people's video, I'm like, oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. I hope you don't think that of these. And I just want to shake the person. No, don't do that. Do this. You know, I want to coax them into a different way and different approach. But let's keep it positive. Here's, if you're into this, and I think you should be, I think you should be dabbling in video if nothing else. Approach it three ways, right? The first is, what is the big sweeping broad brushstrokes that you want to address? Okay, like, again, it's okay if it changes or morphs over time, but out of the gate, what are the big dramatic elements of what you're communicating, right? And done so in a way that accomplishes two things, right? Provides a little entertainment value. In other words, engages your audience so they want to listen to it, but then also hits them in a place where it matters to them as well. So tie together that entertainment value and drama with things that are naturally things that your audience is naturally mindful of. The second thing is a little bit more detailed, is how do we get into the value that we want to share? This is a perfect example, right? Like, this is probably net middle level. Video's easy. We want to hit record, we want to do it, but sometimes we don't know how we should approach it, right? If you are stuck, this is an example. Like, I'm kind of giving you, hey, try this. I'm giving you three tiers here. The middle one would be, hey, what is a prescriptive suggestion for your audience to try? Something they ought to do. And again, it doesn't have to be marketing. It could be, I was doing this, Amy Schmidt-Hour's 30-day challenge in August, and I came across a number of people, and this one woman was all about organization, and she did this great thing where every day she did like a different tip against the alphabet, I think it was, and she was all about actionable things you could do if you organize. So at that level, now she didn't really have such the broad, sweeping, dramatic things, but she certainly covered this middle tier. So that's the next step and oh, by the way, it's okay to start there as well. And I want to say you have to do these linearly, right? So provide those prescriptive suggestions of things to try that will give people value. The last, and this is a little bit longer term and decidedly skewed towards anybody that has customers, is let's focus on the impact that what you've done and told people has manifested itself out into the marketplace. Like, what has been the difference maker? This is where customer advocacy comes into play. And here's the common mistake I see almost every company I've ever worked with. They'll set a camera up, put a customer in, and it'll be a very polished, well-produced video about the benefit of the product or the service. But that's not what I care about. What I want to do is I want to empower my customers to speak of the things that we've enabled them to do, regardless of whether or not it was our service. Well, implicitly is, okay, but we're not going to say explicitly what the product or service did. What we want to get to is, how are things different, and what I may be able to do as a professional different today now that I'm doing X, Y, or Z. And oh, by the way, our product or service is almost an oh, by the way, okay? We don't want to, like, that's not the elixir to everything, but it kind of is. And we do that by saying, hey, what did we empower you, enable you to do? What is different today? And oh, by the way, the product or service did it. All right, there you go. Give that a shot. Big, sweeping, dramatic, and entertaining ideas that connect to something your customer cares about. Descriptive recommendations of prescriptive value that they ought to give a shot to. And then a telling of what life is now like that I've been successful implementing aforementioned prescriptions. See you next time. You know what I think? You know what I think? I think you dig the CarCast, and I'd love for you to come and subscribe. You know what? I want to go one better. I want you to tell 5 people right here, right now, that they should check out the CarCast. And you know who those people are. You dig it. You know, hey, you know who would love this? Mary would love this. I'm going to send Mary an email right now. I'm going to tweet it at Mary, Snapchat, whatever it might be. Go ahead and do that for me, will you? See you next time.